Now, the Penang State Government concedes that our refusal to endorse CAP's proposal to impose charges on private vehicles entering Penang Island has caused some NGOs to join Barisan Nasional in opposing the 6.3 billion ringgit traffic dispersal project of 3 highways and undersea line. This is a price that the Penang PR State Government has to pay to ensure freedom of movement, because such a policy of forcing vehicles entering Penang to pay is elitist at best, in reserving Penang Island only for residents, and discriminatory at worst, as it bars those who cannot afford from entering the island. Jadi, di antara cadangan yang dibuat oleh Encik S.M Mohd Idris ialah bahawa untuk mengatasi masalah kesesakan lalu lintas ialah kita kenakan charge bayaran kenderaan kepada mana-mana kenderaan yang masuk Pulau Pinang. Kawasan pulau lah, Pulau Pinang, daripada seberang. Saya tahu ini tidak disokong oleh kerajaan negeri, dan ini telah menyebabkan beberapa NGO untuk bersama-sama dengan BM menentang cadangan kerajaan negeri untuk membina 3 lebuh raya dan 1 terowong bawah dasar laut. Kerajaan negeri menyatakan di sini bahawa ini adalah harga yang rela dibayar oleh kerajaan negeri, tidak bersetuju dengan dasar sedemikian, kerana ia akan menyusahkan rakyat, khususnya yang miskin, dan kerana kita percaya kebebasan bergerak. Kalau dasar sedemikian, iaitu mengenakan charge bayaran ke atas mana-mana kenderaan yang masuk Pulau Pinang, ini akan menimbulkan satu keadaan yang tidak, saya rasa tidak saksama. Seakan-akan hanya orang yang duduk dekat kawasan pulau boleh masuk pulau, ataupun hanya mereka yang mampu bayar baru boleh masuk pulau. Itu sebab kerajaan negeri tidak bersetuju dan menolak cadangan ini. Yang saya tahu, oleh kerana itu ada beberapa NGO yang menentang pembinaan, telah bersama-sama dengan BM menentang pembinaan lebuh raya dan terowong sedemikian. Ini telah dinyatakan, saya rasa, oleh S.M Mohd Idris pada akhirnya, iaitu semua kenderaan swasta. Saya kena sebut kenderaan swasta, private vehicles, bukan semua kenderaan. Semua kenderaan swasta. Jangan CAB ialah kenderaan swasta, bukan semua kenderaan swasta. Itu tak masuk bahasa sebagainya. Ini kita kena cakap betul lah. Jadi cadangan semua kenderaan swasta dikenakan bayaran. Ini kita tak setuju. Kerana kalau macam ini, hanya yang duduk dekat pulau saja boleh, dan juga hanya yang mampu bayar saja boleh masuk. Saya rasa ini kurang saksama. S.M Mohd Idris opened personal attacks against me in his response to my invitation to him for a dialogue on the proposed 3 highways and undersea tunnel is disappointing, as he failed to respond factually and objectively. The state government has begun such consultation since 2011. This is not something new. Since 2011. And his refusal to engage on this issue only emphasizes our point that subjective statements relying on mere sentiments does not contribute towards a civil society that stresses on civil discourse. I will not indulge in such personal attacks, but leave it to the public to judge under the oppressive restraints imposed by the federal government, whose proposals to overcome traffic congestion in Penang is referred. I wish to address some solutions to traffic congestion that he has suggested, which were dealt with by the state government. On public transport, we have tried 5 years, but we did not make any headway because the federal government refused to cooperate. They did not even fulfill their promise in 2006 to build a monorail. They refused to allow the state government to purchase their own buses to provide bus services, and refused to accept a payment of 10 million a year by the state government to provide free bus services throughout Penang during peak hours. These NGOs do not notice such efforts. Neither have they noticed that we have provided free bus services in the inner city area of Georgetown and of course the park and ride services from Seberang Jaya to Bayan Lepas to Balik Pulau. We hope that CAP can address the issue of public transport to the federal government with the same energetic determination and frequency they do against the state government. We are all for dedicated lanes for bicycles, buses and pedestrians. This is also another suggestion by CAP, that we should be doing dedicated lanes for buses, bicycles and pedestrians. But how can we do that when the present roads now are so congested? And that's why we want to do that. We build alternative roads so that we can free up existing roads to build buses, to build dedicated lanes for buses, bicycles and pedestrians. So if you don't free up the existing roads, we have no space to build dedicated bus lanes. That's why we have to build these alternative ring roads so that we can free up space, free up existing roads to do dedicated lanes for buses, bicycles and pedestrians. CAP is wrong to say that the Transport Master Plan does not include or does not recommend the building of the 3 highways and tunnels. In fact, it is inside the Transport Master Plan. The dates and the proposed year of completion is stated. We have to start now because it takes a long time to complete. And it is according to the schedule as set out in the Transport Master Plan. CAP also states that if you have 3 links, then the number of vehicles will be multiplied 3 times. Now the Penang Bridge daily usage is 80,000 vehicles. If you have 2 more links, CAP claims that this will mean that you have 240,000 vehicles using or entering Penang every day. I think this is wrong. When you have more links, you divide the number of existing vehicles. You don't multiply by 3. Normally you divide by 3. You go anywhere in the world, you have more links. You divide by 3 because the number of cars entering is the same. They have more alternatives. You don't multiply by 3. So I think that is wrong. Now the state government will have made clear this to CAP if S.M Mohd Idris had been willing to meet us. However, we regret his refusal to do so, and despite his closed mind, our doors are still open to him should he wish to engage with us. Itu yang saya nak cakap. Walaupun beliau enggan berjumpa, tapi pintu kita terbuka. Dan seperti yang saya sebut, ini bukan kali pertama, ini perundingan ini dijalankan atau percubaan musyawarah ini dijalankan sejak 2011. Bukan sahaja kepada CAP, tapi kepada pelbagai pihak. Saya tidak nampak usaha yang sama dijalankan oleh pihak Kerajaan Persekutuan untuk program-program lain, seperti mana yang dijalankan oleh Kerajaan negeri. Okay?
Terima
kasih. Yes.
He also said something very interesting about the reclamation.
Yes.
He said that they didn't object to it before because they didn't know about it, because the decision over it has been made secretly. He said something like that, right?
I don't think so. I think it was known, isn't it?
Since 1976.
I mean the previous one.
I think you asked Chow on that. I think it was known. The reclamation was known. Because how can you not know the reclamation when Straits Key is already part of the project that was to be reclaimed and they have already been completed? The Straits Key reclamation started before our time.
That's why he said, and then it was only much later after the contract had been signed and work had started that the public came to know about it. So he said it was tendering was taken in secret by the state.
Then they say they opposed the project after they know it.
Only after.
So,
he doesn't want this to repeat
doesn't that show the difference between ours and the
he doesn't
previous
want
practice?
this to repeat again.
No, but ours is completely different. We keep everything public. We put everything public. We even have the tender is an open competitive tender. Their tender is a negotiated closed tender and in secret. Ours is in public. We even advertise in the newspapers.
But is this true?
Yeah,
Actually, the decision to reclaim 980 acres of Tanjung Tokong was made as early as 31st May 1979. the State Exco at that time approved reclamation at Tanjung Tokong 31st May 1979. Of course, subsequent years is to appoint the right party. PDC came in, KGN came in, and over the years, many transfer of equity and ownership until finally, I think, towards the mid-2000, E&O came into the picture. So it was a very long, drawn process.
Siam, satu lagi Siam. Semalam Ketua Penerangan Barisan Nasional dia mendakwa kata CM sebelum ni mengumumkan tanah kos-kos pembinaan 4.08 bilion. Tapi selepas tender dibuat menjadi 6.3.
Saya rasa perkara ini kita telah buat MOU pun 8 bilion. Kita telah buat MOU dengan ini yang disaksikan oleh itu Perdana Menteri pun disebut 8 bilion. Selepas kita buat tender terbuka, ini adalah 6.3 bilion. Kalau dia nak sebut mana-mana pihak, semua orang tahu 8 bilion kan? Iskandar pun tahu 8 bilion kan? Betul tak? Selama ini itu yang selalu kita sebut. Kalau ada mana-mana itu angka yang dia nak cuba angkat, saya rasa kalau lihat kenyataan yang dikeluarkan, banyak 8 bilion. I mean, let's be frank lah. All along our impression is 8 bilion, isn't it? Kalau ada mana-mana angkat, mungkin dia tersilap tahid. Tapi kalau kita lihat yang 10 kali yang kita sebut 8 bilion. Kalau dia nak buat mana-mana kenyataan ada typo error, mengapa you nak pilih itu satu kali punya typo error yang 9 kali kita cakap 8 bilion you tak mahu sebut? Saya rasa itu memang kurang profesional. Semua tahu itu 8 bilion. Itu pun telah dinyatakan selama ini. Sehingga sekarang saya lihat masih ada pihak BN cakap 8 bilion. Walaupun kita sebenarnya beri 6.3 bilion. Ada masih yang cakap 8 bilion. So saya rasa kalau nak buat macam remeh macam ni, jangan, kita tak mahu buang masa lah.
You see, it was mentioned in investment service.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that this could be a typo error. We have been saying many times that the whole exercise, even at MOU started, it was 8 billion.
It was 2011 September 13.
No, this one, it could have happened. It could be a typo error. You all know that since the MOU was first signed, you are all talking about 8 billion. Up to now, we're still talking 8 billion. It could be a typo error lah. But what I'm saying is that when we mention 10 times 8 billion, if there's a typo error one time, 4 billion, are you going to say that, oh, it must be 4 billion, it's not 8 billion? Or when we mentioned, I remember one time I mentioned, I can't remember when, that I was talking about the 3 highways. The 3 highways without the tunnel. Kita cakap yang dia dianggarkan itu 3 sekali, maybe up to 4. I don't know whether that was pick up lah. I remember I said that once. I think maybe it came out in the press once. I said, but I talked about 3 highways. So I think perhaps they didn't understand. They think it's everything together. So I did mention 3 highways without the tunnel. But I mean, come on, let us look at the press. Your impression all along. Your impression all along is 8 billion, isn't it? And that was even in the MOU when we first started. So every time we mention 8 billion, you all never think it is 4 billion. Then suddenly you come up with that figure. If that's a typo error, are we going to say that just because one typo error, the other 9 times we say 8 billion doesn't count? I think let us not be petty like that lah. It's just the same way that they are talking about we gave to $2 company. Sama cerita pun. Kita bagi kepada syarikat RM2. Tolonglah, VUCG bukan syarikat RM2. Dia bina Stadium Bird Nest. China Railway Construction pun bukan syarikat RM2. Dia bina sebuah landasan kereta api di negara China. Mereka ada keseluruhannya modal berbayar RM4.5 bilion. RM4.5 bilion. Itulah kedudukan mereka. But then up to now they still say $2 ringgit. Now, kalau mereka terus nak cakap, semua pun hakikatnya ialah empat syarikat yang sign, 4.5 bilion, adakah kita mau bertekak dengan mereka? So no point lah. Just the same way as Ting Chang Yap. Memang dia ada hubungan secara langsung dengan perkasa.
Sulit.
Hubungan open secret lah. A secret affair that is no longer secret. Hubungan sulit yang terbuka dengan perkasa.
Ada video.
So there's no longer a secret, but yet up to now dia tak mau admit. So semua orang tahu, tapi dia tak mau admit. You nak terus bertekak macam ni. Sudahlah, kita pegang kepada apa yang benar. So okay,